Now that's an interesting question. What are the causes of bulimia? You know, years after I'd recovered from my eating disorder and had begun working as a life coach and mentor, I got curious as to what had actually caused my bulimia. So I started doing some research and was amazed to find that no one really knew. Everywhere I looked, I found different theories and causes of bulimia, such as a genetic predisposition, biological and chemical imbalances, environmental factors such as family upbringing, stressful events, and more recently, the negative impact of the media and advertising on body image and how we should look. Some said it was all about food. Others said it was all about emotions or the inability to deal with them. Further research revealed it was probably a combination of factors. But on a personal level, which combination? Who or what was to blame? Now, up to this point, someone suffering from bulimia might think that they lack the willpower to stop, or that there really is something wrong with them genetically, biochemically, or mentally. Perhaps they may feel like they're going crazy at times. I know I did, but here's the thing. Almost without exception, anyone who has suffered from or is suffering from bulimia prior to its onset has been on a diet. And the effects of undereating or dieting, whether restricting calories or food types, is known to cause an obsession and preoccupation with food and weight, accompanied by powerful cravings for food, panic and anxiety, depression and mood swings, feeling emotional, oversensitive and unable to deal with life's ups and downs, low self-esteem and self-criticism, heightened obsessiveness and compulsiveness. Undereating negatively affects one's thinking, which not only impacts the emotions, causing both chemical imbalances in the brain and the body, but it also impacts how the undereater or dieter perceives and responds to the world, to others and to themselves, leading to irrational thinking, causing a downward spiral. For example, if someone is critical, this may be interpreted as that person having it in for you or not liking you, rather than perhaps that person is just having a bad day or upset with themselves. If the body's stress systems aren't getting the right or enough nutrients to keep us balanced and able to cope with life, we experience panic and anxiety. Even our genes are not immune from our thinking. While some scientific research shows that bulimics inherit a gene for addiction, it's interesting to note that not all people who have the addiction gene suffer from an eating disorder or any other addiction, so something else is going on. There's been much research in a new field of science, the science of epigenetics, which shows that rather than our genes and DNA controlling our destiny, it is signals from outside the cell that control or switch on and off healthy and unhealthy genes. These signals are none other than energetic and chemical messages that come from our negative and positive thoughts, the food we eat, and the environment in which we live. Now, you might think that you have to undereat or be dieting for a long time for these effects to kick in, but that is simply not the case. Research shows that these effects can kick in after 2 months of restricted dieting. Now, I'm not saying it's all about food, but if you ask me, it's a major contributing factor. And whilst no one seems to agree on the cause of bulimia, all recovery methods agree the first step to recovery is the introduction of structured eating. Eating 3 nutritious meals a day, plus 2 to 3 snacks every 2 to 3 hours. This takes the body out of a distressed state of hunger and sees many of the symptoms of bulimia slip away. However, this can cause a problem for many people with bulimia because they're terrified of putting on weight. However, bulimia is not a good weight management or weight loss strategy. Over time, research shows that binging and purging, characteristic of bulimia, actually makes you put on weight. Most bulimics are already within their normal weight range for their age and height, and many recovered bulimics find they're able to lose and maintain a weight that is lower than they had when they were suffering once their bodies come back to balance with very little effort.
To find out how to free yourself from bulimia and start loving yourself and your life, then click the video playing right now to grab our exclusive video where Julie shares a 4-step process. So click the video now to get instant access, and we'll see you there in just a second.